Woo, Tang, Woo, Tang. You know I'm rocking that Woo shirt. Everybody feeling this Wu Tang shirt I'm rocking. But anyway, Prince Sports here. Want to talk to you about the Brooklyn Nets. They took another L today against an elite team going back and forth. But you know how my scenario is. Winners on top, losers down bottom. So let's talk about the winners. This Memphis Grizzlies team is gritty. They play aggressive. All right, they attack you. They talk shit. They try to throw you off your game. I like what they stand for. I really like the fabric and the identity of this team. See, some teams don't have an identity, but this Memphis Grizzlies team, they have an identity, and it's let Ja do his thing. He's athletic and explosive, but at the same time, the rest of the guys, they're going to play their role. They're going to get all up in your shit, and, they're going to challenge you. And that's what they did to the Brooklyn Nets. So, as far for the Brooklyn Nets, they took another L today, all right? After beating the Toronto Raptors, a very good team in their own division. I mean, as far for Eastern Conference goes, they lose to the Memphis Grizzlies. So they're 1-1 against top teams so far, very early in the season. But I would tell you this much: Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are the best scoring duo in the NBA. Not only is that, but they're the most entertaining. I say this because they know how to stop the bleeding if the Nets are down, and they know how to pile on the points to get you deeper into that hole so you can actually lose. But the problem is with the Brooklyn Nets is rebounding, defense, and everything else in between. This is why they most likely won't win a championship. They don't have those guys that committed to doing the other things that help you win basketball games. They're too offensive minded. And it's only one basketball. So if it's only one basketball, how can you suspect them to win a championship, right? Because you have to play a full team basketball. Basketball is a team sport. The leader gets the most of the credit, whether they win or lose. That's just how it goes. But when you're the leader, you got to take responsibility for losing and take responsibility for winning. So with that being said, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, they got to talk and sit down with their teammates and say, hey, if we want to win, Ben Simmons, you better learn how to play some defense and rebound. Because we all know when it comes to scoring, Ben Simmons is shy, scared. He run away from scoring like it's a disease. He's so passive. And this is one of the reasons why, if the Brooklyn Nets can't get double digits out of him and him to play an all-around game and play defense, they're not going to win the championship. There's no way they're going to win the championship with just Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant playing hero ball going back and forth, because that's what they're doing, all right? But I do see Kevin Durant winning MVP if he stays healthy, and I do see the Nets having the winning record. Now look what happened today in this game. They scored 124 points. That should be enough to win a game. But you know why they couldn't win? They couldn't stop nobody. They got out-rebounded on the glass, and their defense is just bad. Even the best defensive player, which is supposed to be Ben Simmons, right? He's a solid defender, but he's not an elite defender either. He can't stop people without fouling. He gets into foul trouble like crazy all the time. He picked up a technical and a personal foul in back-to-back plays in the same motion. I mean, how do you do that? How do you do that? You know what I'm saying? So the Brooklyn Nets are in trouble in terms to winning a championship, but they should be just fine for the regular season, because you know how they say stats are misleading? But the regular season could be misleading too, because superstars, you're going to see that with the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant are going to go back and forth, and they're going to lead the Brooklyn Nets to the postseason, and they're going to have a good record. And you're going to sit there and say, yo, based off the record, the Brooklyn Nets going to win the championship. But no, they're going to get exposed come playoff time, because the game slows down and it becomes possession by possession. And those teammates, those role players that help you win championships, they got to step up. And they're not going to step up because none of them want to do what's required to win. They don't want to rebound. They don't want to play defense. They just want to score. That's the problem with the Brooklyn Nets. But the Memphis Grizzlies, they got it all figured out. The only thing that could stop them is themselves. They could be a very good team if health is involved and they're healthy. They could beat a lot of teams. They got all the pieces to beat a team. They're rough, they're gritty, They play good defense. Think of the Detroit Pistons 2004 with a superstar though in John Morant. So they could be solid. Sports out. Peace.